Republican principles. And one of those people is the Honorable Russell Pierce. Russell, thank you very much. The Honorable Sheriff Arpaio, one heck of a guy. Bill Montgomery, our county attorney, thank you very much. And Andy Thomas, our former county attorney. But I want to give them special recognition for the example they've given me. When you stand up like they do, you're bound to take the slings and arrows. And hopefully, we'll have more people that stand up as they do. And thank you very much for all those wonderful individuals I've named.
Do not ask people when they're registering to vote for evidence that they're citizens. And the Obama administration argued against us on that case. They not only refused to guard our border, but they want illegals to vote. Sometimes I wonder if our president has read the Constitution. So I'm going to help them out. I've got a copy here and I'm going to mail it so they have it on hand at the White House. This past Tuesday, we got word that on another case that I personally argued before the United States Supreme Court last October, defending Arizona against more incursion by the federal courts, that the Supreme Court ruled unanimously in our favor. Personally arguing 2 U.S. Supreme Court cases in 5 months is something of a record. Because Arizona is on the cutting edge of many issues, I have been on the cutting edge of defending the 10th Amendment. For example, we got summary judgment against the National Labor Relations Board on card check, thereby protecting for the whole country workers' rights to a secret ballot free of union intimidation. I have personally argued on behalf of the citizens of Arizona in the state Superior Court, in the state Supreme Court, in the Federal District Court, in the Ninth Circuit, and in the United States Supreme Court. My critics at the Arizona Republic have argued that I should not spend time in the courtroom. They say the Attorney General should manage things from an ivory tower. I disagree. I inherited an office where my Democrat predecessors tended to force government agencies to accept inadequate settlements rather than argue the merits in court. That is bad policy. I will continue to argue important cases personally, to convey the message to the lawyers in the Arizona Attorney General's office that we will not force inadequate settlements, that we are hungry to go to court and fight for the people of the state of Arizona.
Congressman Salmon.
Caused a little bit of a stir at the nation's capital. Let me tell you something. There in the nation's capital, they've been dancing on the fiscal cliff the last several months, and then they fell over it for about a day. But we've been free-falling off a much more dangerous cliff for a long time. It's called the Freedom Cliff. And I believe with all my heart that the heart and soul, not just of the Republican Party, but of America, is right now on the line. And we have to do everything that we can. We have a president that believes that because of some very cataclysmic events over the last few months, that it's time to erode some of our freedom. He intends, I believe, to try to ban assault weapons. By the way, any weapon you hurt somebody with is assault weapon. But attempts to try to do that possibly through executive order. I want you to know something. There are a few things that I fall on my sword for. One is the Constitution of the United States. Benjamin Franklin said this. He said, "Those that are willing to trade their freedom for security deserve neither and shall probably lose both." More recently, Barry Goldwater said, he said that extremism in defense of liberty is no vice. I want you to know something. But in the next few weeks, David is right. I think that our Constitution is going to hang by a thread. I believe that if we're going to save it, it's going to take extreme measures. I've gone forward and I've said that whatever it takes to make sure that we balance the budget and don't keep putting the debt, not just on future generations, but on this generation. The time is now to stand up, and if we have to shut the government down, to show him.
And we might even give you an oath of office as you get your team assembled.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona and the platform of the Republican Party. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of
Chairman,
First Vice Chairman,
Second Vice Chairman,
Secretary,
Treasurer,
according to the best of my ability, so help me God. Congratulations.
It's been a long time, and I always said I wanted the opportunity to give you a bird, and we got it here for you tonight. Right here. It says, proudly Chairman, Maricopa County GOP, won re-election 1281 to 575. Good job, Chairman Haney.
Thank you. Diane's telling me time's up, so I appreciate it very much. Thank you for your service. He's given me the bird, but I've given him many birds in the past.
Article 2, Section 26 of the Arizona Constitution reads, "The right of the individual citizen to bear arms in defense of himself or the state shall not be impaired, but nothing in this section shall construe as authorizing individuals or corporations to organize, maintain, or employ an armed body of men. Whereas all federal acts, laws, orders, rules, or regulations regarding firearms are in violation of the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution and Article 2, Section 26 of the Arizona Constitution. Whereas the natural right of self-protection of life, liberty, and property is not granted by government, but by our Creator. Therefore, Maricopa County Republicans hereby declare and affirm all federal acts, laws, orders, rules, regulations in violation of the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution and the natural right of individuals to protect their life by means of adequate arms as outlined in Article 2, Section 26 of the Arizona Constitution, are hereby declared to be invalid, shall not be recognized, or specifically rejected by, or shall be considered null and void and of no effect in the state. Further, it shall be the duty of the legislature of the state to adopt and enact any and all measures as may be necessary to prevent the enforcement of any federal acts, laws, orders, or regulations in violation of the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
I don't know if I'll ever get a gun. I'm pretty much a pacifist, but I recognize that I need everyone. I don't want the government to limit the size, function, or configuration of any firearm.
In favor of the Second Amendment, I don't want anyone to think that I'm opposed to it or anything, but the language of this resolution, I think, needs a little bit of work. One of the things that bugs me is it says, whereas all federal laws, etc., regarding firearms are in violation of the Second Amendment. I think that we have laws that are not. I think someone who is mentally unstable should not be able to go out and purchase guns.
Please, the microphone in front of LD 13.
Do I get extra time if I have to speak slowly for your benefit?
What the two fellows in front of me said, but I'd like to add something else. Everybody here is concerned, everyone here is concerned with the Second Amendment. We're concerned with the 10th. Well, the 17th undercut those two amendments along with any powers given by states or localities. How it did that? It transferred accountability. Prior to 1913, the United States Senator was the ambassador of his state government. Let's return that.
Speaking in favor, you know, and again, the author of this and several of the other resolutions, it is the will of the majority of the American people. And it's about time we recognize that will and what's going on in this country. Arizona, let's take Arizona for example. 2006 Proposition 300 on the ballot was a rejection of the Dream Act. It was passed by about 75% of the Arizona public. Every demographic majority voted for it. It's about time we stand up for the values we believe in. You can't reward lawbreakers. You can't give credit and benefits to those who break into our country and give them benefits that exceed the benefits we give our own United States citizens if they were across the state line and enroll in the university. It's about dignity, respect, and integrity. Communicating the rule of law.
From LD 29. I very much agree with fairness to citizens and fairness to residents of Arizona. We don't want to favor undocumented immigrants. However, I see that there...
Please don't interrupt the speaker. Let him have his say.
Understood. What I'm strongly in favor of, however, is reaching out to an untapped segment of potential Republican voters. We saw earlier that Mr. Harold, is that the right name, was elected, and I think that it was very much to help us reach out to that segment. There are a lot of people that favor various iterations of the DREAM Act. Some are better than others, but I think that having several measures that may be perceived as being maybe overly aggressive, that might be a potential risk in the elections.
Hey, here was what I got to say about amnesty. If we as a party really don't want it, quite honestly, then you need to stop supporting candidates who say one thing and do another.
No, I'm sorry. The resolution of discussion is ended.